So I will show you how to do this example. So first we need to prepare the tables like this. Right. So the allocation matrix, maximum need, and then the current need. Right. And then we can determine the available matrix. So available matrix is also given in the example. Right. So out of this, we should find what are the processes that we can satisfy. Right. So we can start from the beginning, that is for P0. P0 needs additionally 7, 4, 3. Right. Available resources are 2, 3, and 0 from ABC. So we can't allocate. Right. For P1, it requires 0 to 0. Right. So P1 can be satisfied. That means we can allocate resources from the available matrix for P1. Right. For P2 requires 6, 0, 0. We can't allocate. Right. P3 requires 0, 1, 1. We can't allocate because C available resources are 0 for C resource type. P4 requires 4, 3, 1. That is not possible to allocate from the current resources. So the only available process that can be satisfied would be P1, right? So we allocate resources for P1, then P1 can start. Right? P1 can start. So, and P1 will stop its execution, will complete its execution. And what happens at the end? It will release the maximum allocation, that is 3, 2, 2. Right? So it will release the resources. Then it would be 5, 3, 2 available after P1. Right? So after P1, right? So we can remove P1. That means P1 is completed. Right? We have P3 and P4 that can be satisfied after completion of P1. Right? So now we have 5, 3, 2 as available resources. Right? So from that, we can either satisfy P3 or P4. So I will start with P3. So you can actually start with P4 as well. So there can be different sequences. So starting with P3, then 0, 1, 1 will be granted for P3. P3 can start. Right? Then after completion, it will release 2, 2, 2 to the available resource vector within P3 completes. So after completing P3, now we have other possibilities for the allocation. We can allocate resources for all the available processors at the moment. Now we have enough resources. So I will start from the first process, that is P0. P0, I have to allocate 7, 4, 3. That means all the available resources will be allocated. So that is not a problem, right? We can allocate whatever available, but we have to make sure that process will complete and release all the resources back. So P0 will start the execution, and then after that P3 will complete, P0 will complete and release the resources back. Right? So After P0, now you can see the sequence is P1, P3 and P0. Then we can start with either P2 or P4. So when we start with P2, it will release the resources for P2 600. Then when P2 ends, it will release the maximum resources. It will be 1055. Right? So that means P2 will also complete. Right? So when P2 completes, then the only remaining process will be P4. So P4 requires 431 that can be allocated, and P4 can start, and then P4 will complete and release the resources back again. So when the resources are released, you have to check whether the available resources are equivalent to the maximum available resources in the system, that is 10, 5 and 7. So if we can find a sequence of processes that will complete their task without any problem, that is a safe state. So this particular set of processes will have a safe state. So that means this set of processes will not end up in a deadlock. Right? So do you have any questions from this example? So you can do it in a different order, but initially you have to start with P1, right? Because P1 is the only option we can start with. But after P1, right, then there are more resources available. After releasing the resources of P1, there are more resources available. That means we can either start with P3 and P4, P3 or P4, right? So I started with P3. So you may have a sequence with P4. So that is also possible, right? Then after P3, then there are more resources, right? So either then we can start with P0, P2 or P4, right? After that. So like that, your sequence can be different, right? But it should start with P1. Then it can be either P3 or P4. So based on that, the available resources will be different. And then you can start the execution in a different sequence. But the important thing is you need to remember that you cannot release the resources until that process completes, right? So you cannot release the available resources to a process if that process cannot complete, right? If the process cannot complete, we do not release any resource, right? So you might find different sequences. For an example, this is another safe state. P1, P3, P4, P0, P2 is another safe state. So you can check that as well, right? So you can find different sequences for safe states in this example.